What's up guys, welcome back to Cat Outdoors. Today we're going to be going out in the NIU XQi3, meeting up with some people in Maryland to ride some trails. I believe most of them are going to be riding Surrons and like Yamaha TTR 230s. So it would be interesting to compare and see if the XQi3 can keep up. But before we can do that, I'm going to make a few changes to the bike. Since this is going to be my first time going to this trail in Clinton, Maryland, and apparently we're going to be doing some exploring today, I'm going to throw on a set of Acerbis handguards, just in case we're gonna go through some brush. So I went riding with my buddy Justin yesterday. I took out my Electro ETM RTR and we were riding pit bikes in the woods. We went through a bunch of vines and thorns, and now I have a lot of little nicks and cuts all over my hands, and so does he. So I'd rather have a better day today. So this bike has a safety feature that allows you to strap a magnetic kill switch to your wrist, kind of similar to a jet ski. So if I fall off the bike, it completely disables the throttle. But my fear is if I'm riding really rough terrain and this falls off, I'm kind of stranded in the woods. But luckily, NIU has a spare one under the seat in case that happens. But personally, I just don't see a good use case scenario for my type of riding. So I think I'm just gonna delete this altogether. So this should only be 2 wires in here. I talked to NIU about this, and they had an employee in-house that deleted his as well, and it actually traces back to the right side of the frame. I can either disconnect it there and bridge the wiring, or I could cut the wires here and bridge the wiring, and it should have the same function. Yep, just as I expected, it is just 2 wires that simply gets bridged when the magnetic switch is on. So I'm actually gonna snip this harness and bridge the 2 wires, and that should allow it to function normally. Now that I have that all bridged and secured, I'm gonna hide it back in the harness loom. And that's how easy it is to delete the magnetic kill switch. All right, that should definitely give me better protection. Another thing that I noticed about this bike that needs to be addressed is the speedometer calibration. I noticed that when the speedometer on the bike is showing 49 miles per hour, my GPS speedometer on my phone is showing 46.5 miles per hour. So to mitigate that, I'm actually going to be installing a different size rear sprocket. This one is from my Talaria. We're going to be going from a 49 tooth to a 48 tooth to see if we can get the speedometer calibration a little bit more accurate, but I'm actually going to do that later on today. I just want to load this up on the back of the SUV and head out to the trails and see how this bike performs in its factory configuration. God damn. Dude, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Good.
What'd you bring out today?
That new bike?
Oh, is this the one you just did a video on?
Yeah, XQ. Dude, where'd you get your start?
I ordered it on the Stark Future website.
Oh, directly from them?
Yeah, and I actually, when I first bought this shit, it was like, I was gonna buy like one of your guys' bikes, and I had a Razor SX500 with a Surron swap.
You know what? This bike's actually handling it pretty well. The suspension just soaks everything up. Let's see if this thing can hill climb. Wow.
Actually did better than I thought it would. Dude, that guy Cody's so sick at riding. God damn, dude.
Positively, no time. We're already cut that.
Follow the Stark over here.
Nice though, when you're in the mud, you can crawl it and it'll go into this crawl mode. This is full throttle.
Oh, sick.
So it just goes right through the mud, and then it's got reverse, like, if you're loading it in and out of your truck, it'll park it when you let off the gas and all like that.
Fancy. Oh, damn, I didn't notice how caked this whole bike is now. Dude, overall, I think this bike's really handling the rocky terrain very well, even on the climbs. All right, we're gonna do another hill climb here. Easy.
How you doing, Pat?
Good, good.
How's the battery?
Take a guess.
80.
82. I am soaked, man.
How you gonna run that, Pat? Is it capable? Is the bike capable?
It actually is, dude.
Be doing okay, man.
Zero problem climbing up all the hills and whatever. I guess my only concern is it's not too big of a deal. It only sucked up like 19% battery so far. Brakes are good, suspension's super soft. This thing's got 30 pounds on the Surron though.
You weigh 30 pounds more?
Yeah, it's 167 pounds.
Goddamn, Pat. Where the hell's all that weight coming from?
I don't know, all the GPS and accessories, I guess.
That battery's heavy too.
Yeah, you don't feel it though when you're riding. Dude, this thing's actually a lot more capable than I was expecting. Dude, these guys are crazy. Man, I'm so glad I deleted that stupid magnetic kill switch. I don't even have to think about it anymore. Look at that thing. I'm pretty sure we got a crime scene out here. Let's go. I definitely had to come back out here.
They're sitting up there.
Are they?
Oh yeah,
He was slowing
they
down.
know that this is like a dead.
See the bar do it. He wheelies up the damn thing. Camera battery died maybe about an hour ago, but we got this down to 17% battery. As far as charge, we probably did a little over 20 miles today going up and down hills, so it took quite a bit of the charge. But overall, it did pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not too excited about working on this crusty ass bike right now, but we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta finish testing. I'm gonna install this 48 tooth Talaria rear sprocket just to see if the speedometer calibration is gonna be more accurate. I also wanna see if it changes the top speed at all. And yes, I will wash the bike. I just live in an apartment complex and I actually don't even have my own hose to wash it off. I'll get it power washed along with all my other bikes at the same time this weekend. It is pretty bad though. Check out this peg. It is fully filled in. Another thing that I'm not too big of a fan of with this bike is how open the skid plate area is. Like, they could have stuck a much larger motor in there, or maybe even put a slimmer skid plate. Like, check out all this space. You can probably fit like 3 or 4 hands in there. Axle nuts a 19, axle bolts a 17. Sprocket bolts are 6mm Allen. Very minimal difference in size since it's only one tooth off. Though I am suspecting that it's gonna make the speedo just a little bit more accurate, maybe go 47, 48 miles per hour. I checked the tune on the app and it's clearly the most updated one. So I'm not really sure why this bike isn't going past 46.5 miles per hour. You can see there's quite a noticeable difference in slack after putting in a slightly smaller sprocket. So we're definitely gonna have to tighten that up some. I believe the axle block adjustment bolts are 10mm head and 12mm lock nut. You wanna make sure you adjust both sides evenly to make sure that the rear wheel is tracking perfectly straight. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video so far, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you like this kind of content, please make sure to let me know and subscribe to this channel. Turn your bell notification on for more videos like this one. If you want to get more information on NIU XQi3, I'll have a link to their website in the description below. Now let's throw the battery in there and take this out on the road.
One more thing you should improve on this bike is definitely the front seat latch. Even with it locked, it just seems like there's quite a bit of play on the front of the seat. Here's what it looks like undone. There's still another lock down here, but it looks really nice and it feels really nice, but it doesn't have that snap when you lock it down. So I'm gonna see if I can make that a little bit tighter. So this piece is actually slotted. So you can see you could just loosen it and then slide the whole block forward more. And that'll actually make it tighter and give the latch that satisfying lock feel. As you can see, the front of the seat is significantly tighter now.
All right, let's see if there's a difference in top speed. Oh, I didn't realize I accidentally had the lap timer on. All right, ultra boost mode. So it did get 1 mile an hour faster. We're now looking at 47 miles per hour. The speedo looks to be a lot more calibrated. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you like this kind of content, want to keep up with some of my bike projects and rides, consider subscribing to this channel and turn your bell notification on. But this is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching.